All right, so finally we got the fuel pressure regulator for the Audi. It is quite big, so I'm still trying to figure a place of where to put it that will make the most sense. Just to give you a look at what it looks like, it's pretty big. So what I was thinking of doing is there's actually a spot right here on this part of the front end that is very, very close to right next to the headlight assembly. Okay, so what I was thinking of doing is building something to be able to put this piece somewhere in this area here to where I can still see fuel pressure, and then I'll actually be able to adjust it through the grill. It won't be touching the grill at all, but it'll be close enough that I can stick something in there to do my adjustments as needed. Again, the fuel pressure regulator is not available for this thing anymore, so I'm having to make one that will do the job. The system is supposed to operate. Again, the fuel pressure regulator's purpose is to regulate between 75 and 81 psi, or whatever the conversion is in bar. I will have to take apart the grill and probably pull this headlight out and everything. I already looked in there with the flashlight. There's just enough space that if I build a bracket for the fuel pressure regulator, I'll be able to mount everything there very nicely out of the way, and I'll be able to run my return and my 2 lines off of my distributor back to it and see what magic we can make happen. All right, well, not sure if you can see the dimple there and a dimple there, so I can go ahead and get these holes drilled to mount hardware, mount the fuel pressure regulator in this pocket here, where I'll have the gauge to show me the pressure and everything right here up top, pretty flush. So I had to take, front grille and stuff off, back this headlight out of the way, so that way I can get some space in here so I can fasten everything nicely. So I'll show you what this looks like when we're done. All right, so it's not perfectly flush, but it's good enough for me. We've got the fuel pressure regulator mounted in here. I've got the fittings and everything on the bottom and on the back side of it for a return. We're gonna go ahead and get the rest of these lines and everything modified. So this being the return, you guys will see what I do with that here in a little bit once I go ahead and figure out how much length I need for hose and the rest of my fittings. I did have to take apart the front grille a little bit so that way I can get better access to get in there. I'm gonna put it all back together now, make sure that none of the hardware and everything that I installed in there is gonna be in the way of the headlight. So yeah, we'll check it out here in a little bit. I went ahead and had the last of the fuel lines made that I needed. This is the 3 to 4 AN off of one of the Banjos in the distributor. I have a straight 6 to a 90-degree 6, and then a double 96, all in AN, that I converted this to as of running that new fuel pressure regulator. I did go a barrel type press fitting 6 AN conversion on the hard line back to the fuel tank. So I'm gonna go ahead and install these things, show you guys how it looks, and then I should be able to start this thing up very shortly. So with only a few odds and ends left, I'm at the point where I've got all of the fuel lines and everything attached to our fuel pressure regulator, so the entire fueling system has been completely serviced and is new. There is a liquid in the tank to preserve it from when I had it cleaned, keeps it from going bad. I'm going to filter all of that stuff out before cycling fresh fuel throughout the entire fuel system, so that way we can get it to a primed point where it's ready to fire. I am going to put some coolant in it. It's already got engine oil in it. And again, a couple little odds and ends, and maybe I can move this thing while it's running. That would be amazing. But definitely stay tuned, and I'm excited to show you guys what this thing sounds like.